You like your novelty comedy songs organic, handmade, made with painstaking care, put into every note. Well, look no further than Irrational Times, made with painstaking care, using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
Idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper.
He's really giving that one a workout. Go on.
DLive.tv/JJ Stoner. And we love JJ here on the show.
It's the JJ Stoner Spring Collection, the perfect attire for any and every occasion you can think of this season. Like we were in the mosh pit full of sweat and everyone's slapping, hitting, and pulling on you. This shit won't riff! Lunch at your favorite cafe? Brunch with the girls? These stylish ensembles will give you the confidence you need to look and feel your best. Or if you're getting arrested for possession, it comes with a built-in police stick-proof body armor. Keep swinging, pigs! Call now, and your order will come with a complimentary ounce of that dankest bubblegum slurricane that the South has to offer. Don't forget the wall tapestry! If you need to cover your wall, it works!
Hello, my name is Frozen Asian, and I'd like to tell you about my show, The Sunday Night Shit Show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with good conversations and laughing at funny and weird shit we find on the internet, we also have the Hat Cam, where I showcase my myriad of great-looking hats. Here is a testimonial from a great friend of mine who has enjoyed my hats lately.
I hope your next hat is a bullet. Jesus Christ, what are you, fucking Asian Dick Tracy? What's wrong with you? Why do you have to ruin my evening? Like, I was gonna just listen to my buds do their show, and you just gotta do that. You do the show without the hat.
So you're not enjoying it?
No!
Dude, Asian
come
Dick
on,
Tracy.
secretly you enjoy it.
You look
No.
like you're going undercover in Argentina, but it's not working.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, come on, you secretly love it.
No, I openly hate it.
And there you have it. So subscribe to the Sunday Night Shit Show at youtube.com/Sunday Night Shit Show. And hope to see you there on Sunday nights. Bye.
Feeling depressed? Need someone to tell you it's not okay? Do you like goth public access TV? Then join me for The Big Empty every Sunday at noon. Major_Tom on DLive, with zeros for O's, because everything in your life is that difficult.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Karaoke movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us movies. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. This just in! The global officials that can help all, also known as Got You, have now banned all boogieing and boogie-related movements worldwide. Public safety is the main concern, they say, and people are reminded that boogieing is contagious. Anyone caught boogieing will be dealt with in the harshest terms police have reported. More at 11.
Sometimes this world can get you down. There's just one thing you can do. You gotta get back up and shake it all around.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Thank you for the Diamond Boogie Bumper.
No one's gonna tell me how to boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight.
Patriots, this is your favorite Southerner, Doc Martin. Just wanted to remind you to put on your calendars to join me and your favorite ne'er-do-well Yankee, Phil D'Angelo, on Saturday nights, beginning with Promises Kept at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Speakeasy with all of your favorite Patriots. You never know what we might cuss and discuss.
That's right, Doc Martin. This is everybody's favorite Yankee, Phil D'Angelo speaking. And on Saturday night, we could have Kimmy, Y-Censored, affectionately known as Electrolux, the original Grandma, UK Neil, Rusty and his famous sound test show, Coffee Talk with Sandra, Earth Citizen, Stefan, the infamous Grandma Sears, Mac Daddy may even make a show up, or virtually anyone else in the world for some irrelevant fun.
Yankee, you mean some irreverent fun. So be sure to join us on Twitch, Periscope, D-Live, or YouTube.
That's right, Doc. Follow us at Winning TV on all of those channels.
So be sure and put it on your calendar. We'll be looking for you. We'll leave the porch light on.
I still think it's irrelevant fun.
But why are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
We have a very big push on to have auto plants and other plants, many other plants. You're not being singled out, believe me, Mary, I promise. Okay? But to have a lot of plants from a lot of different items built in the United States, and it's happening.
Well, hello there, audience. Welcome back to a Saturday night with Doc Martin and myself, Phil D'Angelo.
Your favorite Southerner and your favorite ne'er-do-well Yankee. Hey, Yankee, how are you, doll?
I'm fine. How are you, Doc?
I might be better than you, or maybe you need to share some of what you've got. I'm not sure. What are you doing? Are you messing with me?
Not at all, Doc. What are you doing?
Are you making my picture extra wide or anything? He was threatening me before we came on air, y'all.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I told him if you could put me a tiara on or make sparklies come on, that'd be okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Hi,
First
everybody.
off, if I did that, I apologize. That's not who I am. I'm going to patent that phrase and make $1 million off of all of the politicians that use it. This is not who I am.
Hi, Miss Angie. Hi, Renee. My lovely Renee. So I hope everybody's had a great week and been woohoo free. Yankee, you hadn't got it up there in Yankeeville yet?
No, I was sick, but allergies. So I didn't self-quarantine for 2 weeks.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate
I'm
a
so
man
glad.
if he's white?
Thank you for the Diamond Boogie Bumper.
That's very sweet of you, Bookster. So, hi, everybody. Hey, Bookster. Who else is out there? We're so glad y'all joined us for another fun Saturday night. We've had a lot of winning for America this week. I think that people oftentimes miss that because mainstream media, as we all know, is so loath. Just like the DNC showed this week with their absolutely hopeless convention. Never heard the likes, honestly. All they did was beg for votes and tell everybody to vote and painted the most negative, dark picture. So I'm very excited to see our wonderful POTUS this week. Our wonderful president is going to be very active each night of our convention, of the Republican convention, coming up starting Monday, I believe it is. So I'm very anxious to see what they do. I think we may have a preview tonight, and I am looking forward to a whole week of party. How about you, Yankee?
It's got to be better than the horrible production the Democrats put on for as many days as they did. It was just terrible production. It looked like they hired interns to run that convention. It was terrible. Absolutely horrible.
Was. Whoever staged it, and I mean, here they've
Doc,
supposedly got all this big Hollywood talent.
Doc,
did them no favors, did it?
Doc, I think you got to put
baby?
that mic in front of your mouth. I know you want to show everybody your lip gloss, but you're chopping up a little bit. I think you got to bring that mic up. Bring that mic up in front of your face there.
How's that? Is that better?
It sounds a little bit better. Yeah, that was a pretty poorly produced expeditions. They didn't spend a whole lot of money, I'll tell you that. They cheaped it out. And if you watched my show Thursday, you would have found out what my theory, and I think Boogie Bumper's theory is. They're not worried about Joe winning. They're looking for 2024. But everybody out there needs to pay attention to the Senate races, especially in Colorado, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Maine, because that's where the Democrats are going to pour their money. Guaranteed. They're going to try to win those 4 Senate seats.
I think they know that they've already lost it. I think they knew they had lost it before it ever even started. I think Joe's expendable. But again, my working theory is I don't think Joe will make it to the convention. So
we already had the convention.
If they do think that they have a shot at all, they'll either put Hillary or Big Mike in. If they're not worried about it, then Joe will make it to the convention. He's a throwaway candidate. Everybody knows he's Looney Tunes.
Hey, Doc.
I do think that they're actively trying to win the House and keep the House and win the Senate.
They just had the convention, and he's the nominee officially.
Well, I understand that, but making it to the ballot, a whole nother story. Did I say convention? I meant ballot. Yeah. He ain't going to make it to the election. Let's put it that way. My opinion.
It's way too late to switch somebody out now. You've got 70 days left. I think once you're officially on the ballot,
first mistake people make is underestimating their opponents.
They're starting to print ballots now, so if they swap him out for somebody else, that person wouldn't be on the ballot. So that's a definite loss. Because they are printing mail-in ballots right now.
I think they can do anything. But regardless, even if he does make it to the election, they know he ain't going to win against Trump. They know it. Their goal right now is to take the Senate.
Yeah.
Nancy Poopsie wants to keep her place as Speaker.
Yeah, it's about the Senate, not about the presidency right now. Because I agree with Mersh from Nightwave on this.
You may not have seen. I'm sorry.
Mersh from Nightwave said that they wouldn't have expended AOC on just endorsing Bernie and didn't even talk about Joe whatsoever. So they distanced the left from Joe.
What is not known though is what she did. I read a very interesting article. That is standard procedure. They acted like it was something new and exceptional. It isn't. What she did was because he did receive votes, so they do recognize it, but they highlighted it with her, and I think it's kind of interesting that they limited her to 1 minute because they know if it is known how really radical their agenda is, nobody hardly in America would vote for them. And they know it. They are just, everything was about what a great guy Joe was. It wasn't anything about his policies. It wasn't what he was going to do for the American people, how he was going to make their lives better. I don't know how anybody could think that raising our taxes, doing away with fossil fuels, electing the Green New Deal, all these things could be good for anybody. Anybody in Texas that would vote for them is stupider than they look, because that will decimate our state, decimate it, along with many, many others. But see, they conveniently just focused on he's not Trump as far as his personality goes. Oh, he's dependable. He's this, he's that. They didn't say anything about their policies because they can't argue the policies. And if you missed it, there was a great article out today that showed that they didn't even care about really about trying to get Joe over the finish line, because they played it side by side. His speech was a recycled speech that he did from 30 years ago. So they didn't even bother having a speechwriter come in and write a speech for him for the convention. This speech that everybody thought was so good is 30 years old. They were saying he plagiarized himself. He just recycled it. And people need to remember, that's not the only person he's plagiarized from. He had to quit his run for the presidency before because he is a plagiarizer. He's a known cheat. He's a liar. He's a thief. And now he is the face of the Democrat. Don't forget it.
There's a reason why they did not discuss platform. And they're not going to spend a lot of money. they're not going to spend a lot of money on a ground game for Joe because they are going to sink what they want into those 4 races and try to win those 4 seats away from Republicans. They don't want the platform. Same strategy they did in 2018. They separated their candidates from the DNC. It's a good strategy because
they know
it worked.
They cannot get elected otherwise. Also, they cheated. There was a great article out again today about the how the 2018 midterms were skewed with illegal voting. I think it was Judicial Watch came out and said that in Texas alone, over 900,000 illegals voted, and I know that to be true. I mean, it's common. So, even if they know that their candidate can't win, they cheat to get them over the finish line. So that's why POTUS was saying that he is going to have the attorney generals. He's going to have a bunch of people all out at the election polls watching for fraud. So if can't get involved in any other way, that's always a great thing to do, is to be a poll watcher. Never hurts.
Yeah, our District 22 was not decided until I think it was a month after the race was over because of mail-in ballots. That was in 2018. But with that said, the Democrat ran a smart race. He didn't tell anybody he was a Democrat, and he avoided any ties to the DNC in Washington, D.C. He kept it to local issues and did not talk about Washington, D.C. whatsoever.
His ties.
And he tied Claudia Tenney directly to D.C. and never being here. And that was a winning strategy, but I think this time it's going to backfire because his voting record is well known. It was 98% Pelosi, I think. A couple votes he missed on purpose. So don't think it'll work this time, but he's still trying to do the same program he ran in 2018. I'm not a Washington, D.C. insider. Vote for me. Although he is. Same strategy, and you're going to see that strategy play out in Colorado, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Maine, where the 4 Democrats are going to run as non-Democrats.
That's right. They've got to go to the middle to get elected. That's always been their ploy. It's same old crap. So don't fall for it again. They always paint themselves as moderates. They always, a lot of them painted themselves as Democrats that would reach across the aisle and work with President Trump if they got elected. That's horse hockey once again. So don't fall for it.
First, might as well get rid of the bad news first. Well, it's good news and bad news. Canvassers. Oh, wrong one. 7 kids in Michigan rescued in Michigan sweep, including 16-year-old locked in barn, per the sheriff. Wow, this happened in Michigan? And, of course, I can't read the article because it's from, the Epic Times. Why won't it let me continue on? I guess you gotta have a subscription. Are you kidding me?
Usually not on Epic Times.
Yeah, it won't let me go down further into the article.
Load it?
Nope.
Oh, you just have to sign up. It says no subscription needed. Continue for free. I bet they're just trying to get your thing. But, again, it's winning. My point in posting that is because, so many people are not seeing the rapid increase in stories like this every week across the nation and across the world. We talked about this last week. POTUS really is working for the human smuggling victims and the kids that are being abused. So I just wanted to show once again, we cover stories like that. Remember, we covered the story just recently about the 30-year-old humongous ring that they had going in cahoots with the German government. And my understanding is they just had another big bust there. So it is across the world. These people are getting shut down, and we've just got to celebrate it every time. That is 7 kids. Those were babies, just kids. And that little 16-year-old being locked in a barn. I mean, you see, this is a war of evil against evil. So, it is winning.
Next
though
up,
it's poignant.
Next up, let's find it. What's up next? Oh, you wanted to do an update on the boat parade?
Yeah,
first off,
remember last week we covered the story that they were going for the world's record.
The boaters.
Let's see if they made it.
Oh. All right, here's a video. First,
I appreciate the Voters for Trump. Every weekend I see it, not even weekends now, they're doing it during the week. And I just wish I had time. I'd get on one of those boats and I'd be carrying a flag also. But I have to say, it looks like you're having a good time. I just want to thank everybody. I see that, and the whole world is watching. And you people are fantastic. Your spirit, your strength, and you get it. You know what you're doing. So go out and have a lot of fun and celebrate. And the big thing is November 3rd, get out and vote. We can't let the radical left take over this country. They'll raise your taxes by 3 to 4 times. They're looking at 90% rates, 90, 95, and they won't be able to afford that. They need 300%. These people are crazy, and we have to stop them. Thank you very much.
And then you sent a Twitter article here.
Can you read the article? Because it did say that they had over how many they had. Did you see that?
Yeah, I got it open up now. Breaking, this is from Jenny Baniston. Breaking Guinness Book of World Records certified today Trump boat parade as the largest boat parade in history with over 2,200 vessels off the coast of Clearwater, Florida. Oh, there's a tweet underneath that I captured. Remember the Titanic? The mighty will fall.
They're just being green with jealousy, aren't they? Because you know what Joe Biden had? He had a very small little golf cart parade at the the place in Florida where all the retirees go.
The Villages.
The Villages. Yeah. And that's all he got. And then look at what Trump gets. Just think it.
Whoa.
Eat that one, Joe Biden.
Yeah, he had like 10 golf carts and they were high-fiving each other over the golf cart parade. That was, yeah.
I know. Right. It was so funny.
You sent me... I found one that... Doc, you're very active being a Trump supporter, right?
I try to be, yes, sir.
Were you in Dallas today at all?
Did not get to go to the cleanup. Yes, my man was here, and I didn't get to go.
Here's a video. I looked
that.
for Doc Martin in the video, but I couldn't find
1, 2, 3. We love Dallas! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Keep it going. Woo-hoo!
Yep, they were in Scott Pressler's team was out in Dallas cleaning it up. Doc Martin was in the pool swimming naked.
This is skinny dipping. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. No. I have a better excuse than that. But, little nakedness never hurt anybody. Just saying. It's hot here in Texas. What can I say?
This was interesting because I lived in Wilmington, Delaware for about 8.5 years. Wilmington's actually becoming a real shithole again. Shootings every night again. Lots of looting, lots of robberies, break-ins. It's getting really bad in Wilmington, apparently, in Wilmington, Delaware. I know that city pretty well. You could have really nice 150,000, 200,000 semi-detached homes, and one block over, you've got hell. But it was never really a problem when I was there. There weren't many shootings. There were probably a couple throughout a year. But now it's like every night down there. Lots of shootings and stabbings. It's getting really bad. I'm glad I'm out of there. But that's Joe Biden's hometown. And what I found pretty amazing was people
he
were,
left 70 years ago. You're talking about Scranton?
Talking about Wilmington, Delaware.
Oh, Wilmington.
He has a home in Wilmington.
Oh, well, he claims he's from Scranton. And, POTUS was so quick to point out this week that he left there 70 years ago and hadn't been back.
Yeah, Joe has a home in Wilmington, a nice home in Wilmington, Delaware. But I know exactly where they held the convention on the waterfront. And it's pretty wild that there were the Trump supporters outnumbered in Wilmington, which is voted for Joe Biden several times. The Trump supporters outnumbered the Biden supporters 100-1. So,
wow. Isn't that cool?
They were also running box trucks around Wilmington, and I recognize some of the streets down Market Street and around NBNA that had Creepy Joe on the side, Antifa for Joe, and nobody bothered the trucks. And a lot of black people don't like Joe Biden in Delaware. I know that. Of
He's
course,
a racist.
a lot of them never voted, but hey, this girl's got Joe all over her. Look.
Ooh.
I gotta find that. We gotta put that back on Doc Martin. What he was famous for in Wilmington was all of the big MBNA deals where most of the residents of the inner city part of Wilmington were shipped out to the outer suburbs. Actually, not even really suburbs. They were shipped down Route 13, which is no man's land. And they built separate developments for them and stuck them out there. And then what they did was took all their homes, knocked them down, and gave the property to MBNA. And Joe was all 100% a part of that. Now that after 2008, MBNA cut back a lot of people. So a lot of people were let go, and a lot of buildings are empty in Wilmington now. But Joe did that, and that's why a lot of people in Wilmington don't like Joe. What he did to the area. He destroyed it for MBNA.
Why do I not find that a stretch to believe?
Route 13 is not even the suburbs. It's like the no man's land of Delaware. Yep, that was nice of him.
Yeah.
There's another Trump rally here. I can't remember the context of this one.
I think this is the one that was the welcome for POTUS at Scranton, wasn't it?
It might be. There's just people lined up. It's not a rally.
If it is, it's the one where they're lined up on the street. That was the one where POTUS was going in the town that Joe Biden claims to be his hometown. This is the reception that our wonderful president got.
Well, I know there was no sound with that at all, but I know those areas well from working down in that region, and they were depressed for a long time. those areas have been depressed for a long time. A lot of mills closed, a lot of factories closed. Next up is Trump enjoying a very wonderful pizza, probably the best pizza in the world. I don't know, probably the best pizza in history. You tell me.
He's going to give you his review, he says. I love this.
Come on, open up. Fucking Twitter. Here it is.
He's such an everyday kind of guy.
Jonathan Lemire. President Trump makes an unplanned stop at Arcano, I think it is. Yeah, Arcano. And Janelle. In Old Forge, Pennsylvania, to pick up a pizza. Says he heard they had the best pizza in the world, possibly the universe. I've met a few aliens. They've told me that Arcano and Ganell has the best pizza in the universe. You can verify that. But added that he'd weigh in with his own verdict in about a half an hour. Oh, that looks like tomato pie. Or it looks like an Oskin Eats pizza. An upside down
Looks
pizza.
like something down here that Kim Peasy's would send you. I think there's your square.
There's a lot of places up in upstate New York that put the cheese on the bottom and the sauce on the top. Or the gravy.
Oh, don't start. Purnell will get you.
Yeah, someone had a lot of guts to do this. Paint a water tower. Excuse me, excuse me. A water tower with Trump on it. Grassroots town, Trump Towns number 6, Wadena, Minnesota. Has anybody ever seen a Biden water tower?
Isn't that cool? I wish they'd do that in our town. You'd see it for miles. I love it. It's like that man that's painting, he has kind of a triangle shaped area and at the end of his property, and he's painting his grass every few weeks and making a huge sign for Trump. I'll have to post a picture of it next time I see it. It's really cool. He's going to go red this time, I think.
Nice. Next one you sent me was what the hell is this? Excuse me. Well, we'll play the Trump ad first.
This is great.
You sent me a Trump ad. Come on. Why are the videos so slow tonight? Thank you for the lemons, fastest hippie.
Live Dogfish 20 shoulders. My memory is not as good as. Am I doing this again?
Please clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive
No,
test?
I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his tests and makes your mistake an issue for voters?
The American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. Why? You're getting nervous, man.
It was a pretty good ad. Yeah, there's something wrong with him. He can't get through an interview without saying something extremely stupid. And he never answers the question. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. He just flails all over the place. It's embarrassing.
Sometimes it doesn't even make sense. And you just go.
I
What
actually
is
feel
wrong? But you know what the saddest part about it is? I pity him, which to me is a sad thing because he's being sold out even by his own wife that she would allow this for their enrichment, for him to be used as a pawn, anything like that. I don't know. I just think that's so sad.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. He probably doesn't even know what's going on right now. Come on, man.
Kitty, I can't see what you said, but it probably is. Let me see. Maybe I can see it on this.
Here's a walkaway girl. Very lovely young lady. Man, the videos are so slow.
For 4 years, Democrats and swampy Republicans have been saying that Donald Trump is going to destroy America, that Donald Trump is a racist and a bigot, that Trump supporters are evil and white supremacists. Where's it at? Where's all the things that they said was going to happen under the Trump administration at? They said women were going to lose rights, gays would no longer be able to get married, and blacks were going to be reshackled. Where's it at? They said Trump supporters were the new KKK. Where's that at? You see, the truth is, everything they said was going to happen under the Trump administration was lies. It was never going to happen. They just wanted to fill you up with fear so that you wouldn't vote for Donald Trump, so that you would hate Donald Trump, and so that you would blame the destruction of America on Donald Trump. When in reality, the destruction of America is on them. You see, who's paying people to burn down America right now? It's them. Who's paying people to loot, steal, riot, and destroy mom and pop shops? It's them. Who was unhappy when black unemployment was at its lowest? When Latino unemployment was at its lowest? They were. And who refuses to sit at the table with Donald Trump to have a conversation on behalf of the American people, the people they love so much? They refuse. But they manipulated you so much that you think it's Donald Trump's fault, and it's not. They hate Donald Trump so much, not because he's a racist or because he's a Republican. They hate Donald Trump so much because they cannot control him, and that terrifies them.
That is funny because when unemployment for blacks and Hispanics was around 3% and women at the lowest levels in 50 plus years, maybe longer, all they complained about was they're not making a living wage. You can't win with these people. People actually had jobs for the first time in years. And that's not enough. It's not enough. He's not doing a good job.
No, but see, that's your point. If they're not in control, there's never enough. They won't negotiate with you on deals. They won't meet you halfway. It's their way or the highway. And then all they want to do is gripe that you won't cooperate with them. When, they don't negotiate. They give you ultimatums. We saw that with when the negotiations failed over the new bill, and right before we came on, the Democrats, with 25 of our Rhino Republicans supporting them, voted to give the post office $25 billion when post office says it doesn't need the money. And, Trump has already said that he's going to veto it. So good luck with that.
So they came back because they were in recess. Nancy put them in recess. They came back to give a government-controlled agency $25 billion.
But they do it for you. Remember this. They will do it for something that furthers their cause. But when it was you needing money because you are trying to feed your family during a heretofore unencountered pandemic, or let me rephrase that. That was poor choice of words because we've had worse, but something that was painted in unprecedented terms. And they were not willing. They went home to pout because Trump wouldn't come in and lay down and just acquiesce to everything that they asked for. Instead, he was asking them to compromise like he's done on other things. And just like other times, they walked out. DACA people need to remember he offered to give them DACA and they refused. So, it's always no negotiations. You take it or leave it. And I call that a dictator. And gee, wasn't that what they called Trump? Was that he was a dictator? Well, who's been shown to be the true dictators through all of this? Who has kept their states shut down when people are begging to get out and make a living for their families? Who? The Democrats. Who wants to raise your taxes? The Democrats. Who wants to kill babies up to the moment of birth on a whim? The Democrats. Who wants to be able to kill children after they're born? That's murder. The Democrats. Who wants to really put the blacks and the brown people and the indigenous people back in chains? I would posit to you that it is Joe Biden and the Democrats. And what was it they were saying today? I thought that was so funny. What was it? Something in Ho. What was it? Oh, it was so funny. Anyway, they were making fun of the Biden-Harris ticket. So Heels Up Harris, most liberal senator to ever have a voting record in the Senate. And you're going to vote that and an incompetent fool who has done nothing for 40 years. And they're wanting you to cast your vote for them. The ones that are going to put you on Medicare for all and open it up to every person that wants to come to America because they want to tear down our wall, which our wonderful POTUS has been building. And they have open borders, Medicare for all, for anybody. Do you know what that would do? That would invite the whole world to the United States of America. It's going to absolutely ruin America. There will not be an America left if he's elected. So keep that in mind when you go to the polls. Just saying. Joe and the Ho. Yes, I saw that one, but there was another one too that was like, it was a play on him being so forgetful. What was it? It was so funny. I'll think of it. I'll get with my soapbox.
James Woods. I didn't know you were going to go on another rant.
You get me wound up, you know it.
I just saw another poll where it's going to be a blue tsunami. Oh, thank you for
trying to control the public narrative, aren't they? Rasmussen, who was one of the ones that was right in 2016, came out and said POTUS is at 51%. Just saying.
Where's the James Woods?
I'm gonna beat you.
Thank you for the lemons, Angie. Appreciate it.
Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! I hear you! Wake up!
I don't get this. So, obviously, it's well past 9 o'clock, and they're marching. I thought I saw that this was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Why didn't somebody go out and just fill some asses with buckshot at this point? What the hell? You're in a neighborhood terrorizing people. There's kids. At what point is this proving? Trump is bad? I don't get this. If I had music
They
in
were
my
saying
backyard,
that they needed to give up their homes, come out and give up their homes, give them back to the brown people. Well, excuse me. Don't think you ever owned it in the first place. Go earn it yourself just like we did.
if I was in my backyard playing music at 2 o'clock in the morning, the cops would be there telling me to shut it down.
Not for protesters. Another thing that they've been doing that has gotten little to no publicity is that they are now going through neighborhoods indiscriminately lighting fires, trying to burn people up in their homes. And they know that by just doing it randomly, it's hard to stop. So I hope people are prepared because it's going to get worse before the election. Just saying.
The mayor of Chicago has banned any protesting around her home. Just her home, though. Because she wants to protect her property. If that doesn't say all right there. I can protect my property with the Chicago PD, but the rest of you, you're on your own.
Did you hear her statement on why? She said because of all the threats that she owes it to her wife and her 12-year-old and her neighbors to keep them safe. Now, she's saying that you, as the average Joe, you little people, you are not obligated to keep your family safe. Only she is. Remember, she's also the one that thought she was the exception to getting to the quarantine rule. She went to get her hair done, but you little people, you just be ugly. Well, I'm sorry, it didn't help her. Just saying.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Don't wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
At some point in Portland and Chicago and Seattle, you would think people would get, well, there are people going after these people and unfortunately getting wiped out by a mob, and having their homes threatened to be burned to the ground. But you'd think they'd
They're going to meet with somebody that's bigger and better than them. It's coming.
You'd think they'd
What are you
vote these
saying?
politicians out at this point. After you had
They would
Rahm
not be welcomed
Emanuel,
in my neighborhood. I can promise you that.
after you had Rahm Emanuel, you bring in this person who's no better.
Brought in Beetlejuice. I mean, let's just tell the truth. Have you not seen the meme with her, with her as Beetlejuice? That's the funniest one. Thinking it's so accurate. I mean, I'm just saying.
Here is apparently what Trump plans to do for the RNC, and it better be better than that Joe Biden fiasco.
No, it will be. It's going to rock. I can't wait. Woohoo! Let's get excited, everybody.
They
It's
lost,
our time to shine.
they lost 48% viewership for the DNC from 2016.
Isn't that exciting?
Half their audience didn't watch it.
Read it and weep, Joe and
We
Ho.
are just days away from the start of the Republican National Convention. Our Washington correspondent Kelly Meyer tonight caught up with some of the convention team, putting those finishing touches on the plans.
We think it's going to be very engaging and entertaining.
RNC spokeswoman Liz Harrington says next week's convention will be uplifting, although much of it is still under wraps.
We're going to have surprises between 10 and 11 p.m. every single night.
Harrington did tell us the president will be nominated in a live roll call in Charlotte, North Carolina.
336 will be there in person. They do have the health protocols in place. Everyone's been tested before they got on a plane and went to Charlotte.
Harrington says to expect President Trump to be involved every night leading up to his speech at the White House.
I predict it's going to be one of the greatest speeches he's ever given.
Harrington says it will be similar to his State of the Union speech and his Mount Rushmore address for the 4th of July.
There will be some sort of fireworks, figuratively and literally.
The RNC follows this week's Democratic National Convention, which one Democratic lawmaker I spoke to says is a tough act to follow.
This was the best convention of all time.
North Carolina.
This was the best convention of all time. 48% drop in viewership. That was the best convention of all time. I'm sorry, I'm no expert on producing an event like the DNC did, but that looked like they brought in the Little League team to run that show. You got multiples of the same people on a 30-person screen. I mean, the amount of screw-ups is just unfathomable. You've got a blank screen.
This was Hollywood that helped them put that on.
A blank
Hollywood.
screen.
Now, I thought Hollywood was supposed to be better than that. And you've got a problem if your convention gives your opponent a bump.
You got a
President
blank
Trump
screen
got a
behind
bump
them.
out of the DNC convention. Isn't that something?
Carolina Democrat G.K. Butterfield says the Republicans have their work cut out for them.
I'm confident that the Democratic message will be far superior from the Republican message that we will hear next week.
Counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway, called the Democrats' convention a missed opportunity.
The two most popular words at the Democratic convention were not Joe Biden or economic revival. They were Donald Trump.
The Republican convention gavels in Monday in Charlotte. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
And we are just days.
They had a blank screen behind them with polls with the state names on it. If that's the best Hollywood can do, pretty pathetic. It was terrible. I mean,
it was just a cry fest. I mean, all it did was beg for votes and say "Orange man bad, Orange man bad." That's all they did. Nothing about what they were going to do for the American people. And the only points that Biden's been bringing up, if you notice lately, he's been plagiarizing from President Trump. Everything he's been suggesting, Trump's already done. Except for, he said, just FYI, that if the numbers got bad with COVID in this winter, he would shut our country down and make masks mandatory for a minimum of 3 months.
I don't know though. This guy might be right.
This was the best convention of all time.
This was the best convention of all time. I don't know what the hell he was watching, but
what he's smoking. He must have been imbibing something that was a lot better than anything I have had this week.
Last one quickly is you sent me a video, I think, about Cannon Hinnant. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name. But
yes, that was our little boy that was killed. Don't forget his name.
apparently the defense of the killer is now that the little boy called him the N-word, and that's why he shot him in the head. which
it's indefensible.
It's you can't even prove if it's true. That the kid said it, and it doesn't even matter if he said it or not. But we'll see you on Promises Kept in 10 minutes. We'll be on, so catch us then. We'll be on in 10 minutes. If you're gonna be on the show, I will drop the link in a few minutes.
Yes, so don't forget, refill your favorite libation, go get your favorite snack, run to the bathroom, and then come back and join us because we're going to have a lot of fun on the Speakeasy. You know, with that ne'er-do-well Yankee sitting next to me, there is no telling what we're going to be cussing and discussing. So come back and join the fun. We'll leave the porch light on for you. And y'all come back and see us next week for Promises Kept. We're going to do a lot of winning this week, so you don't want to miss it. See you then.
See you in about 10 minutes.
See you then. Toodles.
started to fade away. Now my heart says you're leaving. I hope to see you again someday. Why did it have to happen? Why did it end this way? You know I miss you every moment. Doesn't matter if it's night. Doesn't matter if it's day.